Picture yourself checking out. The cart says $42, and right under the total, there's a little bar half full. Cheerfully counting down, you're $8 away from free shipping. Shipping was going to cost you $6. So you scroll back up, and you find something, an $11 something you didn't walk in for. And you drop it in the cart. The bar fills up green. You feel like you got away with something. You didn't, you just spent $11 to avoid spending $6, and your brain filed it under win. By the end of this, you're going to understand exactly why that happens. Why one small word can stroll past every ounce of common sense you own and rearrange your cart without asking. The word is free, and it is not doing what you think it's doing. Because free isn't a price at all. Your brain treats zero like a low number, a very good deal, the bottom of the scale. But that's not where it lands. Zero doesn't sit at the end of the price line, it sits in a completely different drawer. Every other price, even a great one, makes you do a tiny scrap of arithmetic. Is this worth that? Free skips the question. There's no math left to do, so your brain doesn't do any. To see why that matters, you have to know what a normal price actually costs you. And I don't mean the money. Two psychologists, Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky, spent years mapping how people feel about losing versus winning. And they landed on something the whole field now takes for granted. Losses hurt worse than the same size wins feel good. Handing over money, any money, comes with a little flinch, a quiet what if I regret this. Every purchase you make carries that small sting, even the good ones. Call it the tax your brain charges on spending. Now watch what free does to that tax. If the price is zero, there's nothing to hand over, nothing to lose. And if there's nothing to lose, there's nothing to flinch at. Free goes one better than a low price. It removes the downside entirely, no stake in the thing, nothing to lose. The part of you that weighs the danger goes quiet, because you've told it there's no danger. That's the switch, that's why free feels less like a bargain and more like a gift. Someone actually measured how hard that switch flips, and the numbers are almost comically small. A team led by Christina Champagnier and Dan Ariely set up a little candy table, two options. A fancy Lindt truffle for 15 cents or a plain Hershey's Kiss for 1 cent. Both cheap, but the truffle was clearly more chocolate for your money, and most people. Weighing it up took the truffle, sensible, then the researchers changed exactly one thing. They knocked a single penny off both. The truffle dropped to 14 cents. The Kiss dropped to 0, same gap between them, same better deal if you bothered to do the math. And the crowd stampeded to the free Kiss. People walked away from the smarter buy in droves. Not because the truffle got worse, it barely moved, but because the other one had crossed a line into free. And on the far side of that line, your judgment quietly logs off. 1 cent versus 0. On paper, almost nothing. To the brain, a different universe. So now flip the whole idea over. If 0 switches off your judgment, then free is the perfect place to hide a cost. And retail worked that out a long time ago. Free is almost never standing there on its own. It's bolted to something. The free tote needs you to spend $35. The free shipping needs a fuller cart. The free gift needs the purchase, and the free trial needs your card on file. The free thing is bait, and bait is never the meal. It's the shiny bit on the hook that gets you to swallow the rest. And you can watch the whole effect collapse the second the price stops being exactly 0. Ariely tells a story about Amazon rolling out free shipping years back. And sales jumped nearly everywhere it launched, nearly. In France, sales barely budged, and for a while nobody could figure out why. It turned out the French team hadn't set shipping to free. They'd set it to 1 franc. Loose change. Around 20 cents. Basically a rounding error, but it wasn't 0, so the spell never fired. The moment they switched that 1 franc to actual free, France fell in line with everywhere else. 20 cents was the entire distance between a shrug and a stampede. Which makes the tell simple, and once you spot it, you can't stop spotting it. The question is never how good this free thing is. The question is, what did the free thing make me do? Anytime a zero on the screen gets you to spend more, commit longer, or haul home something you'd never have picked at full price, the free part isn't the reward. It's the lure, the $11 filler to unlock free shipping, the 2 extra shirts to earn the free one, the trial you meant to cancel that's quietly been $19 a month since spring. None of this means march past every free sample or feel like a sucker at the register. Free is a genuinely great deal in exactly one case. When the free thing is something you already wanted and it costs you nothing else, no minimum, no cart you had to pad to reach it, that's the whole test. Everything past that is a hook wearing a gift's clothes. So next time you're at that checkout and the little bar glows green, don't look at the total. Look at the last thing you added. Look in your trunk today, and you'll likely find a few identical canvas bags you technically paid for but were supposed to get for free. Every single one felt like the find of the century when you bought it.